It was amazing.
So
Okay. I wanted to ask you because I heard you prompt the audience and tell them exactly what it was you're saying, and I wanted to know like what drives you to do that, or how important is it that your audience is connecting not with just the music but with the actual lyrical content?
that is, as you say, important. I mean, how should I explain it? I mean, if without the masses identifying with what I'm saying, it wouldn't make sense to stand on stage.
Yeah.
You know, what triggers me to do what I'm doing is what we go through as an entity. You know, and we are all part of that entity. You know, everybody is an individual with individual responsibilities. You bring something to this life that I cannot bring, therefore it concerns you that I exist, and it concerns me that you exist. You know, we need to be together.
Yeah, for sure. And you talk about things that we go through, and I was wondering about your perspective on the African diaspora and what role you see your music playing in kind of connecting the entire African continent, within the continent and outside of it.
It is my, to a certain degree, I see myself responsible because, I mean, you know, what has carved me to who I am today is because I grew up, for instance, I grew up in Warri, I grew up in the Niger Delta, a very hostile area, one of the biggest oil producing countries in the world, you know, plight, tribalism, war, all this we experience on a daily basis. It concerns me to speak about these things. Now that I have the opportunity, the platform, you know, to raise the cry of the masses, why not do it through music? You know, so I definitely see myself also to a certain degree, or better to say, I see myself doing it automatically because I feel passionate about it. Being a connection or a link between Africa roots and the diaspora. You know, I think that is where America comes in. You know, connection, breaking into the market of America. You know, and connecting the people, the black folks here, being a bridge for them to cross to their roots. You know, it's a heavy task though.
It is.
I'm only a vessel, I don't know.
Since you mentioned like Niger River Delta, you know, and you mentioned earlier performing some of the, you know, responsibility, the more corporate responsibility people have to take in their actions in terms of how they impact the politics of the Niger River Delta. Have you read any poetry by like activists, environmental activists like Ken Saro-Wiwa? Yeah. Does that inspire you in any way?
Ken Saro-Wiwa is one of the major persons that, you know, has triggered me to speak about the Delta. I'm even part of the Ken Saro-Wiwa movement founded in England. It's called Remember Ken Saro-Wiwa, and I've done a couple of things with them. It's www.rememberkensaro-wiwa.com. They also have the website, and we do a lot of work together. You know, research about the present impact of shell in the Niger Delta. You know, there's so many things that have not been said. You know.
I think people when they listen to Nneka's music, they really appreciate the very intentional political stances you take. And I wanted to know if I could get your opinions on some key issues that are going on in the continent right now. We'll start with Côte d'Ivoire and Babgo, and you know.
What do you want me to say? It's all the same.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. It's corruption, it's plight, it's negativity. But at the end of the day, it is up to us now to change the root. The root is rotten. But everybody's talking about Africa. There's so much crap happening in the West as well. It's just that nobody is talking about it, and they do it in a different way, like I always say. You know what I mean? Why is Africa the focus point of corruption?
Now it's become North Africa, right? With all the revolutions, right? Wherever the sensationalism follows in the media.
Right.
Where policy goes.
There's certain things that I might not be able to say on this in front of this camera.
I don't know what's gonna get done.
Fact is, nah.
No?
No.
Okay, let's try this one, because this is a bit of a different issue.
You gotta drop Afrisonore.
Yeah. Okay. We'll skip that. I was gonna ask you about Uganda and the gay rights penalty and your thoughts on that.
What do you want me to say? What do you really want me to say?
I want you to say whatever it is you want to say.
There's nothing I have to say.
Nothing you have to say
No.
about that. No?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go into places where I have not been. Same thing with Zimbabwe. I went to Zimbabwe the other time a week ago. I see for myself before I make statements. You understand? Fine, Eurocentric perspective. Fine, the Western world would always portray Africa in a dark light. There's certain things we don't know about. We just see all these things on the media and you believe them. You don't really know what's going down. You go see for yourself first before you open your mouth and talk. You know what I mean? So I've read books, I've heard the history, Uganda, Zimbabwe and the rest.
But until you see.
As far as I'm concerned, I stand for peace, I stand for love. That's all I'm not a politician. Yeah, I might be an activist to a certain extent, but I do not consider myself as somebody who would run for presidency or who would be a founder of a political party. No, my own is I use my heart. My own is I'm always, I'm connected to my spiritual deities, and that's the way I function. Anything I talk about is on a different realm. It's not on this physical, rational way or based on books and theory. Seriously speaking, so I have nothing to say.
Can you say something quickly about Afrisonore and your experience with Afrisonore and your time here?
Oh, do you really want to know? It's very, very positive. So we've been here, done 2 shows with Afrisonore. Representing Africa, French West Africa, Nigeria. It's been very positive, them bringing us down here. An approach to a totally different audience. So it's
been good.
It's good.
Well, I'm done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was awesome. Thank you.